Ronaldo's remarkable rise, Barcelona contract dispute and knee explosion. Football is full of what-ifs. What if Frank Lampard's ghost goal against Germany had counted? What if Arjen Robben had scored his one-on-one chance against Spain in the World Cup final? What if Paul Gascoigne was 1 inch taller and was able to reach that chance against Germany in the Euro 1996 final? However, these all wither away into a tiny piece of goal-line chalk dust compared to what is arguably the greatest what-if in football. What if one of Brazil's greatest ever strikers didn't have his career hindered by injuries? In the same year, Gascoigne agonizingly watched the ball roll past his foot by a matter of centimeters with the goal at his mercy on the Wembley turf. A Brazilian sensation was soon to become the most expensive player to have ever lived. His name was Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima. For those of you unaware of Ronaldo's majestic talent, there are still individuals who call Cristiano Ronaldo the other Ronaldo. That is how good he was. He is one of only 2 players whose transfer fee has broken the world record on 2 occasions. The other player is the late Diego Maradona, and he was not bad either. Also known as Il Fenomeno, he won 2 World Cups, 2 Copa America titles, 2 La Liga titles, and the UEFA Cup, but he could have won even more. By the age of 23 he had won 2 FIFA World Player of the Year titles, and he scored over 200 goals for club and country for PSV Eindhoven, Barcelona, and Inter Milan. Where does Ronaldo rank in terms of the greatest players ever? Comment below. Lionel Messi may have secured his status as the Catalans' greatest ever player, but Ronaldo's single season at Barcelona, where he scored 47 goals in 49 appearances, is still not far away from the breadths of footballing elite. Just 1 year after his record-breaking move from PSV Eindhoven to Barcelona, the club was so desperate to keep him, they offered him a lifetime contract which would have kept him at the Nou Camp for another 10 years. The footballing winds were blowing in the direction of the striker signing the deal and penning his career to the blue and red. But a change of heart and an analysis of the club's previous history with Brazilian players led to Ronaldo seeking pastures new. In the end, my history with Barca was very bad, similar to the one Neymar had, Ronaldo said to Brazilian broadcaster Esporte Interativo. Barcelona have always had issues with Brazilian players, Neymar, Romario, Ronaldinho and me. We were all treated badly by the club in the end, despite all our contributions and dedication. After making his decision, he was off on another record-breaking adventure to Inter Milan. The Italians threw £19.5 million at the Catalans to convince him to join, triggering sensational season ticket sales, increasing from 16,000 sold tickets to 51,000. 34 goals in all competitions, including a strike in the UEFA Cup final, sealed his superstar status as well as that of Inter Milan as a European superpower. But, as they say, life can suddenly change within the click of a fingers. Well, Ronaldo's changed with the crack of a knee. In a match against Lex, Ronaldo collapsed in agony after splitting his patellar tendon. After some surgery in Paris, he returned for the Coppa Italia final, arriving from the bench like the Messiah to push Inter Milan to cup glory. Well, at least, that is what the script said. He only lasted 7 minutes as the very same tendon he injured against Lex snapped. He ripped the kneecap tendon completely. His kneecap actually exploded, and it ended up in the middle of his thigh, said Ronaldo's former physiotherapist Nilton Petrin in an interview with Forfeituo. If I showed you the photos I have from this case, you wouldn't believe it. Right after the surgery, his knee was the size of a football ball. There were 3 or 4 tubes draining the blood. It was something unbelievable. Devastation is often a word overused in football. It is often used to describe frustrating but very common things in football, like a referee mistake or a transfer, but Ronaldo's horrific injury threatened to derail a career threatening to become one of the greatest ever seen in football. The footballing world tried to continue in his absence. Taking to the field without Ronaldo is like leaving home for the winter without a coat, said former Inter Milan midfielder and current Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone. Painful and grueling rehabs in the USA, Brazil, and France, Ronaldo was forced to miss the entire 2000-2001 season. It looked to be the beginning of the end. Ronaldo was once able to sprint 100 meters in 10.3 seconds, while being able to hold off opposition, dribble, pass, and finish. All these skills looked to be compromised by a single snap of a pedaler. But he eventually recovered in time to return for the 2001-02 season. Unfortunately, his return was not embraced by then-manager Hector Cúper. Unfortunately, Cúper had no patience with the Brazilian, who began experiencing thigh injuries. The injury to Christian Vieri almost left Cúper with no choice but to play Ronaldo, who scored some vital goals along the way, helping Inter get themselves into pole position to win the Scudetto. Cooper then proceeded to shock the world, substituting Ronaldo at halftime in the final Serie A match of the season, taking place in the very stadium where Ronaldo's career was nearly ended. Ronaldo erupted into tears in front of the merciless cameras and the eyes of the football world. But Brazil manager Luiz Felipe Scolari had faith in his no.9. He was instantly paid back with 8 goals and a World Cup from the Brazilian. Betrayed and utterly dismayed by Cooper, Ronaldo handed in a transfer request to Inter, and he eventually moved to Real Madrid. After 5 stunning years at the Bernabeu, Ronaldo's career petered off quietly with a move to AC Milan and then to Corinthians. He retired at the age of 33 years old, but left a global footballing legacy which will stand the test of time. 2 out of the 5 World Cups Brazil has won, as well as 3 Copa America titles, involved Ronaldo and his striking prowess. Nevertheless, we are all still asking, what if?